Well, the streak is over, Jeff. Peyton Manning has just thrown an interception, a pass intended for Eric Decker, and the Dallas Cowboys will start with the ball in Denver territory, down 5. Miracle of miracles, the streak is over.
Yeah, I guess he's not perfect after all. Just almost perfect, but a wild, fun game to watch. You all sorts of fantasy goodness going on there. And if you're a Peyton Manning owner, you'll take that one interception when you got 4 passing touchdowns and a running touchdown, the first one in like 5 years for him. Romo's been turning a great fantasy day. Terrence Williams has a great fantasy day. All sorts of guys contributing today.
All right, Jeff, let's talk some fantasy football here on the program. You can also follow Jeff_Erickson on Twitter.com. All right, Jeff, the injury to Michael Vick, a hamstring pull, obviously that's not good news for the Eagles and for Michael Vick owners. But on the other side of things today in the Eagles win, Deshaun Jackson, 132 yards, 7 catches. I mean, that's some good stuff right there. Are you excited about the opportunity that maybe, if Nick Foles is the starter next week, that Jackson can put up those numbers again?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Vic was clicking with him early. Foles was clicking with him late. He didn't slow down after the quarterback change, so you like seeing that. I have Jackson in a couple leagues, pretty happy with that. But yeah, I'm in a couple leagues where we can start 2 quarterbacks, one of which I own Vic, so I'll definitely be bidding on Foles for sure in that league. But in the other one, every starting quarterback is owned. Even Blaine Gabbert's owned by somebody, only on a dare, I think. But it's going to be one of those guys where, hey, he'll be among my guys bidding. I probably won't sell at the farm just because it looks like it'll probably only be a short-term injury, is what I gather from it so far. But obviously, this is the sort of thing we find out more on Monday and Tuesday, and as the week goes on in practice.
All right, elsewhere in fantasy land, how about Zach Stacy today, Jeff, in the win over Jacksonville, albeit against Jacksonville, but 78 yards rushing today for the Rams?
Yeah, and he was far more efficient than his counterpart Darrell Richardson, who was something on the order of like 13 for 45. So you like seeing that when the guy gets his opportunity, he actually does something with it.
Yep, and in terms of his value moving forward, would you consider picking him up if nobody owns him?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm in a couple of leagues where every running back is sacred, so yeah, I'll take a chance on him. He's one guy that's kind of opened the eyes for me today. The other one would be the Cardinals' Andre Ellington, who I've been kind of watching anyhow, but he looks better than Mendenhall. Mendenhall got the touchdown. Could be a case there where Mendenhall becomes the new Jerome Bettis, where there's another guy that's a better between the 20s guy, and then Mendenhall just gets the cleanup afterward.
Yeah, that's a good point. In Miami today, Lamar Miller, only 7 carries for 15 yards, and that was it for the running game today.
Yeah, it was horrible. In fact, I think he had a 9-yard run amongst there, so 6 for 6 for the other 6 carries. And this is not the first time he's disappeared in a game, and I question Miami's commitment to running the ball. Mm-hmm. I think this is an ongoing problem for him, and he doesn't get goal line carries either. Usually he's not even in the game if it's inside the 5-yard line, so that's a real problem too.
All right, big day for Tony Romo today so far. And the Cowboys, he's over 370 yards passing. Jason Witten just caught a nice out pattern there for a first down, but no touchdowns for him today in this big flurry of activity by the Cowboys. Are you alarmed by that? Do you still consider him a top 5 tight end?
This is the standard MO, right? That he gets a lot of catches, gets a lot of yards, doesn't get in the end zone that often.
Yeah.
They've got a guy like Des Bryant. I mean, it's hard to throw it too often to Witten in the end zone because Bryant's so great at those corner patterns.
And as you mentioned that, Jeff, oh, boy, he just got tackled. Witten just went for about 15 to 18 yards there, down at the 10-yard line. He had a chance to maybe take it to the house.
He could end up being the new Calvin Johnson, where he gets 4 tackles down at the 1-yard line. It could be that again.
Stefano.
Jeff, now Brian Hoyer out for the season in Cleveland. Does this devalue any of Cleveland's receivers? Obviously, Josh Gordon still had a pretty good game at 4 catches and 86 yards with a touchdown, but do you expect him to still be a big factor for Cleveland for the rest of the year?
I do. I think that you're going to see both those guys pretty active. Keep in mind, Cameron had a big game in Week 1 with Whedon. Whedon didn't have a chance to play with Gordon until he came into this game midway through the game. So, I think that both of those guys will still be valuable. It's not like they're completely unfamiliar with each other. Gordon had some big moments with Whedon last year, too.
Jeff Erickson joining us here on Game Points with Matthew Ross. He, of course, from rotowire.com. Jeff, Alex Smith, good game for him today in Tennessee against Stefano's Titans. But Donnie Avery continues to be a heck of a story here. We've talked about him in the past. 3 catches, 91 yards today in the victory. Does this continue to surprise you, or do you now think it'll be the norm the rest of the years? He will be the number one guy.
I don't know. Avery got banged up in this game, so we'll see. I saw, and then on the flip side of the ball in the Titans, I was impressed with Kendall Wright a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But Dwayne Bowe seems to be, the forgotten guy in this offense, so it's possible. And by the way, congrats to Stefano. I knew there was someone out there that was a Titans fan. I didn't know it was him, so he's that guy.
He's got a lot of Titans attire. As it looks like Jason Witten has just scored.
Jason Witten touchdown after all.
Yeah, Jason Witten has just scored a touchdown in the end zone.
Although, hold on, he might have gone out of bounds. The referee's hat is off.
Oh boy! All right,
developing.
We'll
see, but no, it looks pretty good.
All right, we were just talking about the Titans. His favorite player was McNair back in the day.
Oh,
so
okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah, so he probably has a Houston Oilers shirt as well, right?
Been thinking about getting one, as they're very nice, those Oilers ones.
All right.
Yeah, a little retro, a little vintage. That's cool. I used to love the old Oilers Warren Moon teams there.
Mm-hmm.
They could just shoot out games. They were fun to watch.
Can you name all 4 of those wide receivers from the run and shoot? I can. You ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Ernest Givens.
Yes.
Drew Hill.
Yes.
Duncan.
Okay.
He was number 80, and Curtis Duncan, I think his name was.
Okay.
And Haywood Jeffries.
Yeah, of course.
There you go.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
No tight ends, 4 wide receivers.
It works.
Yeah.
And they just made the conversion there too for Dallas, so It's as if they kicked 2 extra points after all. It's all good.
Heck of a game. 41-38 now. Dallas in front of Denver. All right, Jeff. Final question for you here. Moving forward, Justin Blackmon in the loss today in St. Louis had 1 big catch, but he ends up with 5 catches, 136 yards. How high are you on him moving forward?
I like him a lot. Wide receivers often break out second, third, fourth year. What I don't like is the quarterback situation, but if Henny's in there instead of Gabbard, I like it better, even though the big touchdown play was with Gabbard at the beginning of the game. I think that it helps a lot. I think it's similar to the Josh Gordon effect, that it kind of opens up the offense a little bit more, creates a little bit more room for the likes of Josh Gordon, of Cecil Shorts as well. They could use one more playmaker on that team, though.
He is Jeff Erickson. The website is rotowire.com. You can also follow him on twitter.com/Jeff_Erickson. And Jeff, the free trial is at
rotowire.com/free.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Enjoy the Raiders and Chargers game. I'm sure you'll be watching that instead of San Fran Houston.
I'll be part of that. Well, it's after.
That's after. That's true.
I'll be the .01 audience there. I'll be that guy.
Well, you're West Coast, right? So
That's right.
Nice and easy for you.
Exactly.
All right. And before we let you go, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about baseball today. Anything surprise you in the playoffs thus far?
It surprised me that the Cardinals stuck with Matt Carpenter at the leadoff spot as a left-hander against Francisco Liriano, especially in that ballpark. But in Liriano, he started to lose his control a little bit in this one too. I'm excited about this series. I'm excited about the game tonight. Should be another good one. And hey, great time to be a sports fan. All sorts of stuff going on right now.
Love it. Thanks, Jeff.
All right, take care.